things. I was just talking to my kid's dad last night, and we had a wonderful conversation. Like we're good co-parents. For the people that I work with, midlife women, business owners, those are things that happen in our stage of life. Like it's divorce, it's breakup, it's division of assets, it's parents getting older, it's kids leaving the house and moving into adulthood. It's this beautiful intersection of life, and it's an amazing time to be also starting a business because we have so much experience. So let's get into the four pillars. Number one, visibility. Tell me in the chat what you think visibility is. Give me some examples of things that you're doing right now in your business, in your school communities, on the school platform that are helping you become visible. I just want to see from the group, right? Because I can give you a bunch of things, but I also like you're probably doing some really good things right now that are helping you become visible. So just drop some like one word answers. Like, what are you doing to become more visible on Skool right now? And I'll give you a little break because when I think about it, it's not and this is the shift that I had to make. Like being visible on Instagram used to be about like posting 3 times a day on trying to go viral. Katya, doing summits, awesome. Yeah. Katya was in my summit in the fall, and now she's running hers in January, which is super amazing. Fernando, being present, not going faceless. Okay, yeah. There's a whole thing. Like I have a client who's now shifted her business from a faceless community on Instagram to being present on Skool. Carolina, or Carolina, depending on how you pronounce it, just started in the platform. Plan is live events, daily engagement with community. Okay, cool. Rebecca, currently I'm only paid member in my group, but wanting to open to all. Okay, cool. Ryan, don't have my own school, but I say interacting with people. Okay, cool. Kristen, doing summits and bundles, also being in community and just starting. Oh, I lost you. Where'd you go? Moves fast. And just sharing and supporting others. Cool. Celia, weekly focused in the community. Perfect. Pat, commenting, creating discussion on posts. Yes, awesome. Casey, fairly new to school, learning the setup and the foundation as a student is first before I can imagine being the teacher. Hey, Casey, you're already the teacher. Like you have I don't know how many years you've been on the planet, but you've got experience. I always just sort of think about I'm only 2 steps in front of my ideal member in my community. There's so much for me to learn, even at this age at 56. And so I just keep learning and I keep giving back to my community. So I know you're an expert in what you do. Rain. Okay, perfect. Thank you for sharing that. Sarah, I have my first 3 members in my school community. Woohoo! Way to go, Sarah. Rebecca, I'll be 56 in March. Okay, awesome. Kindred spirits. So, 3 things that I think about with visibility. Number one, it's your about page. This is a beautiful piece of real estate that you own. All community hosts have that. And I think sometimes what I've seen is that we build it or we put something up just to have it there, a placeholder, because we're used to doing sales pages that are like miles long with reiteration of the offer over and over and over again, with click and call to action buttons everywhere. And so this about page feels really restrictive, only 999 characters, not even letters or words, but characters. That includes spaces and punctuation and emojis that we can have on that page. So it becomes very constrictive. And that's essentially it. We want it to be so easy to convert. And so doing work around your about page is absolutely paramount. I change my about page almost every 2 months, usually based off of ad campaigns that I'm running, offers in my community, because I'm constantly adding new things to my community to keep it fresh, to keep it engaging for my members. That's both in my free communities and my paid communities. But the about page is absolutely critical. And so one tip that I would give you is to look at your about page in the category that you're in school. So you can go into different categories. There's health, there's wellness, there's spirituality, there's hobbies, there's money. And go and look at the category. I wouldn't necessarily look at the number one school community because right now that's pickleball. I'm a business mentor, business coach. I wouldn't be necessarily comparing my about page to that person's because even though it's probably some of my members play pickleball or are interested in pickleball, that's not what I'm about. But I'll go into the money category. I'll also go into, some of the spirituality, life coaching, like sort of that sort of realm, and take a look in those areas that I know maybe my female women entrepreneurs might be also looking in just to see kind of the vocabulary. And I'll do a bit of comparison. I'll use ChatGPT for that. But I'm always constantly making sure that my about page is reflective of what I want to offer, but is also ranking high in discovery. It's getting seen, right? I'm seeing more conversions from it. Traffic. So as far as visibility, traffic is a key thing. So yes, commenting, having weekly focuses in your group, all those things are really important, but building traffic to your community. We want to make sure that there's always like new, fresh people coming in. And I love the fact that some of you have 3 members, you're getting to like 100 members, getting to like 500 members. That's amazing. Constantly bringing in like fresh perspectives, engaged audiences, because what you'll find is that some people will be super engaged and others will be less engaged. And always having like sort of a fresh perspective, someone new and exciting, kind of that peppy energy coming in will also increase visibility for you. I find when new people come into my community, affiliate referrals go up because they're excited about being there. So I'm like, hey, share it with other people. Here's your affiliate link. And then I'll build traffic that way. And that increases my visibility. And then the third area that you can also, increase your visibility, which is core to monetizing, is ranking high in discovery. Not underestimating that. And some of you might be like, well, I'm like 975. That's okay. It's really easy, especially in some of those newer communities and free communities where members are coming in and they're super engaged right off the bat. And we'll talk about engagement next to get yourself ranking high on discovery. When you get highly ranked on discovery, Skool will share your about page, your community with more people, and that will increase your visibility. Last point about visibility is also take a look at your profile. Everyone has a personal profile in Skool, and sometimes we may have like set that up when we were just new to Skool. Someone invited us. Maybe you're new here because of the summit, and you're not even really familiar with the platform. You're like, I'll come back to my profile later. Make that a priority this week before Friday. Give your profile a little bit of a scrub. I go back in, like my about page, every couple of months and just refresh my profile. I don't necessarily refresh the picture. I like to try and keep the same avatar picture so people know me by face. And if I'm doing different things or different color backgrounds, that might throw them off when they're trying to find me. Or remember if that was the woman that I was hearing at a summit the other day, is that the same person? So I try and keep the avatar picture the same. You know, close up, not far back in front of, a palm tree or something like that from a vacation, but actually like here, head and shoulders, similar to what you would put on LinkedIn. And, and then I make sure that my profile is updated. I make sure the links to social channels are updated. If I've only got one post up on YouTube, I don't put my YouTube thing up there. Like, where am I prominent? Where can people actually like, engage with me, right? And before making that decision to join my community. So I want to make sure that my profile is always updated. So those are 4 tips right there around visibility alone that you can be thinking about. Anything there that I said to you that was like, I never heard that before. I never thought that I should be looking at my about page every couple of months. The last time I looked at my about page was 7 months ago. I need to do a refresh on it. Let me know. Just drop in the chat. This is like the learning piece that Katya was talking about. Rebecca said good ideas. Okay, cool. Anything that you're going to try out of those 4, about page, looking at traffic and building up your traffic, discovery, and upgrading on your profile page. Okay, Deb said good. All right, very cool. All right, my second thing that I think will help you out with monetization is engagement. So yes, posting content, commenting, all those things, like getting the good vibe happening in your community is important. But here's some tangible metrics that I think you need to be looking at with regards to engagement. Number one, look at how many people are in level 1 right now in your community, whether that's a paid or a free community. Your objective as a community host is to help people get from level 1 to level 3 quickly. I'm talking about in the first couple weeks that they join. When they start, getting involved in the community through posting, through commenting, through replying in that community feed, and they're going from level 1 to level 3, they are getting oriented. They're like getting connected to the mission, the values of the community. They're starting to build relationships. Because when they comment or they reply, someone else is going to comment, someone else is going to reply. You can start seeing it in the feed, like they're wanting to connect, they're wanting to like maybe start collaborating on some things. This is a good thing. This is what you want to see. You want to see leaders starting to emerge in your community. And sometimes I see this happen when my members say to me, my Skool community, I've got 80 people, they're not buying things, they're not moving up levels, that type of thing. And I'll look at their feed. I'll go in and kind of do a bit of an audit for them. And I'll look at their feed and I'll be like, okay, there's a lot of conversations with you and less conversations from your members. We want to see commenting. We want to see responses. We want to see people moving from level 1 to level 3 and showing them how to do that, giving them some like videos around how to do that. But that is really one of your main objectives. The other thing it also symbolizes to you is that there's purchasing behaviors. There's buying behaviors from your audience. When they decide to go from level 1 to level 3, they're making a conscious effort to get deeper into your programs, into your offers, into the way that you work inside your community. They're believing more in the message. And those are good indications for you that your audience is primed for that next offer. This is where if you have a free community, maybe you're ready now to go into premium. I like to say when you've got 100 members, 50 to 100 members, you're probably ready to go into premium if you're getting those 50 to 100 members from level 1 to level 3. Some benchmarks to keep in mind, free communities. So if you have a free community or freemium community, level 1 should probably be around 55% of your community membership at large. The other 45% should be spread across 2, 3, 4, 5. Paid communities, level 1 should be around 20, 25%. So if you're sitting on the higher side, if right now you have a paid community and level 1 is around 70%, your objective really over the next 30 days is to get people from level 1 to level 3. And the way that you can do that simply is even creating some leaderboard challenges. How many of you are using your leaderboard? You've got challenges, maybe, yeah, level 1 to level 2, it's only 5 points. It's not really a big deal. Level 3 to level 4, yeah, put in some like unlocks. If you go from here to here, you're going to get this. And not too much because we want to get them into premium. But these are, opportunities. Rebecca, my members have loved the challenges. Awesome. Rebecca said earlier too, definitely about the About page. I always check my other profiles monthly and don't think about this one. Okay, cool. Need to scratch my profile page. Love that. Yeah, just like update it, right? And check out some other people that are in your, again, category. How are they setting up their profile page? It's very small piece of real estate. So it's got to land the plane fairly quickly for people. Rhonda, using leaderboards with gifts at levels. Beautiful. And then the other metrics, so we talked about two metrics already, right? Level 1 to level 3. And then free communities, you want to see people around 55% or lower. And then paid communities, 25% or lower, right? So have some of those benchmarks in mind. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. But if you're also wondering why your community is not monetizing, like you're not making them revenue numbers that you want, this could be an indication. People are just happy in level 1. There's nothing really to kind of get them out of it, especially if you're doing something like a summit, like some type of freebie, call to action, driving people to your free community. They got the freebie and now they're just staying at level 1. What's the next thing for them to dive into? How do we get them out of level 1? Start thinking about those things. And then the third thing that I want you to look at with engagement is the daily activities. So this is something that you can find on the metrics page. So if you go into settings and then go into metrics, which is at the very, very bottom, you can see like daily engagement in these form of graphs, but then you can see that little profile bar at the bottom with the little green squares. You should check out what your daily activity is and set some benchmarks around it. A really healthy, engaged community should be somewhere around 800 to 1,000 daily activities. Now, you're not going to get that with 50 members. You're not going to get that with 100 members. It's going to put more pressure on them and on you to get there. So if you're under 100 members right now in your community, I'd be looking at, okay, could I get 200 daily activities from this group? What do I need to do to get them engaged, commenting, liking, and not just necessarily posting, but like replying, right? Being engaged with other members. Set a benchmark. I want to get to 200 average this week. What are some things that you can be doing? Next week, I want to try and get to 400. What does it look like on some days when we get to 800? And I know Katya's been posting her daily activities like in other communities that she's in. She's saying daily activities of like 8,000. Summits are great for that. It brings everybody together. There's like instant affinity and like collaborations and excitement. And then what are you doing after those events, right? How do you keep that engagement happening? And so there's little things that you can do, fun things to like, get people inspired together, but also calling people out, right? If you're getting people from level 1 to level 3, they're getting more engaged. They want to contribute. They want to be a leader in those situations. When you've got these things in play, now you can start tapping people on the shoulder and saying, hey, I think you're ready for premium. I think you're ready for this next opportunity. And you'll know whether or not it's ready to launch, because I get this question all the time. When should I launch my premium? When should I, have a paid course? When should I be, adding VIP? When you have these type of measures in place around engagement, your audience is ready for that next thing. And they're telling you that. So those percentages should just kind of give you a little bit of like some markers. Casey, I'm more in the level of needing to know how to even start a community. So maybe this isn't the best class for me yet, but good to have the perspective on what lies ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Casey, my big thing for you is visibility. Your about page, really making sure that that's solid. Getting clear around what type of community you want to start. Do you want it to be a project-based community? Do you want it to be, more of a collaborative-based, community? So think about those type of things. And then the third thing that I would say for you is start with free. We've had lots of different types of case studies being talked about since the new tiers rolled out in the fall, and the new ways that we can offer our membership. But I think free is the way to go to start. And then some of these things that I talked about as far as, well, when do I start monetizing? When can I start, getting paid courses in there? When can I start adding on different levels? This is where the visibility and the engagement will definitely help you. But I would always say start with free. It's a great way to build that relationship and think about it as replacing even traditional sales funnels where we would have a freebie. We'd be, launching that with our podcast. Hey, you just listen to my podcast, grab my freebie here, and then build people into your email list and nurture them that way to your offer. Having a free community on Skool is the same thing. But the beautiful part about it is that I'm not talking to a complete stranger. I actually know who those people are. It's not just brigney.com. That's the only identifier in my email system. But on my community, free community, I can see that they're a live human being. They're posting content. I can see a picture of them. They've got a profile page, so I can, actually connect with a real life human being. So hopefully those are some starter words for you. Thanks, Jess. Love to have you here. So those are some things around engagement, moving people through those metrics. We're at the halfway mark. So just check in with me. How do some of those things sound right now? Just on a scale of, well, let's just do a 1 or a 2, keep it really simple. Now, on a 1 would be, I've got in my free community, let's just do it this way. Here, I want to do like a little poll. So I've got a free community and my level 1 is sitting at 55% or lower. Give me a 1. And then we'll talk about paid communities for all those paid community hosts. So who has a free community out there? And level 1 right now is at 55%. So you know how to go and find that. You go into your leaderboard and you can check right there on your leaderboard in your community. How many people in your community are at level 1? Is it 55% or lower? Rhonda, free, 40%. Awesome. Katya, 1. That's my summit community. Okay, cool. Amazing. And Rhonda, type in the chat for everyone. What's like the biggest thing? You already mentioned before that you have a leaderboard challenge. Is that like a big driver for you to get people from level 1 to level 3? Jess, yours is at 67. Yeah, so that's not bad actually for a free community, considering you opened yours in the fall. So yeah, that's not bad at all actually, because I have 2 free communities that I opened in the fall and they're in the 80s, right? So like I'm saying these things and I'm working on them too, right? My paid community, my level 1 is at 23%. So something I've been like really focused on in my paid community. I've been thinking about how to get them moving. So hopefully some of those ideas, just as far as like how to get them moving. Leaderboard challenges is like, for me, the top way that I get them from level 1 to level 3. And I make it like really easy unlocks, right? Like just like fun things that they can get when they go through those levels. I don't worry so much. Some of my leaderboards, I know I've gone all the way up to level 9. The critical parts are 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Those are the indicators to me that these people are interested in learning more and want more from me. So my audience is primed and ready for premium or paid offers in there. Rhonda, I have small gifts that align with what I'm teaching them at each level. Level 3, slightly bigger gifts. Then I added something else that people ask for. Also, I do pop-up events that you must at least, yes, pop-up events. Yeah, for sure. Like doing something in the classroom so you can also level out some of the classes, right? Like maybe you have a free Q&A to everybody, twice a month or something like that in your free community membership. And then it's like, here's like the super duper workshop that I'm offering this Thursday, and you need to be at level 3. So there's a little bit of a push. I do that in my community, and I love also the conversation. Other members that are sitting at like 4 or 5 will help out those people that are at level 1 or level 2 that want to get to the workshop that's going to be for level 3 and above. So it's like, that's also a good thing. Like you see those leaders in your community, like jumping in to help out the newbies, which is amazing. That to me means you've got good engagement, right? When it's you, the host, that's always trying to drive these things and trying to push people to it, it can feel tiring. And, 3 months in, you don't mind doing it because you're excited about hosting this community. But 12 months in, it can feel like a bit of a slog. That's like a Brenda word. Carolina, one, I haven't opened it to the public yet. It's a wait list for upcoming bundle. The waiting room is growing. Oh, I do that too. So I have a wait list for my AI summit that's going to be launching on February 9th to 11th. I love having wait lists because I can talk to those people in there. And then it's like there's going to be a bit of a rush, kind of like what Katya did, like with the summit here. There's going to be a bit of a rush, and there'll be a bunch of people that will jump quickly, right, into the leaderboard and move up. And then there'll be a bunch that will stay in level 1. So, how to like edge them in there, right? DM messaging will be really key for you to get some of those people out of their shell and into contributing. Do you have a leaderboard training in your paid community? Yeah, we've talked about it. There's a couple Q&As back. I can flag one for you, Jess, because I know you're in it. Rhonda, pop-up events sound like an awesome way to do it. Yes. Classrooms are a great way to do it. Anywhere where you are, because first of all, you don't need to build a lot of content, right? You can, like I didn't put together slides today. I'm running a session for an hour. I can talk from what I know. I'm asking all of you to jump into the chat and contribute. So, Sam Evans will talk about it. If you're going to do anything in 2026 in your school communities, it's to have more live sessions, right? Human to human connection as much as possible. Without, and then obviously in real life, like Skool has been doing that with uh, Goose going around and doing in real live events last year. And now they've got the school bus and they're going to be traveling throughout the US. Hopefully they'll come up to Canada, see some of us. But, I think wherever possible, try and do more classroom training, live sessions with people. And then that becomes actually your content that you can put into courses, but have people leveled up and unlocking and getting in there, right? And then, it just creates more of that momentum in your business. Debs, I'm at the how to implement my ideas and open to school stage. The shall I, shan't I get off the fence stage and just do it. Any advice of the best place to start with educating myself on Skool? Well, it's actually just starting a school community and then joining Skoolers for one. So Skoolers is the main school community for people that are hosts on Skool. And inside Skoolers, they've got like a step-by-step framework on how to set up your school community and everything about it. Now, there's other people like myself. I'm a business mentor. I help women set up their school communities. I'm not doing a pitch for my paid community, just for the record, but I do have like chat GPTs. I have like tools on how to set that up. But I would always just direct people right off the bat to join Skoolers. As soon as you have a community on Skool, like literally today, join it and then go do Skool 101 and it will set you up. Rain, that makes sense. Angela, my challenge with my school is honoring quiet members while encouraging participation. I've done a quest and a monthly chain, but other than that, random like comment, I feel stuck. Suggestions, DM them, invite them in. Ask them, what are some things that are really important to them in 2026 or what's on their 2026 plan for the next 3 months that you can really help them with in your community. Not knowing what your business is all about, but that can be like, there's crochet communities, there's perennial gardening communities, there's pickleball communities. So it's like, hey, how do you want to be like the best pickleballer in the next 3 months in 2026, right? And then deliver that to them and then say, hey, you know what, I've created this classroom session next Thursday. We'd love for you to be there. So getting them, engaged that way and seeing what resonates with them. But the DMs, you have access to that. So I would use that and also use the poll function. So sometimes people don't necessarily want to comment. It's a time thing. Maybe they're looking at it on the subway and they don't want to sit there because their next stop is coming up. So I often use polls too, because then at least I know, it's kind of that Bueller, anyone there? It's like, oh no, they are there. They're engaged, but they just don't necessarily have the time or the inclination right now to write it all out. So sometimes polls can also be really effective. Rhonda, play date, coworker sessions. Yes, I love coworker sessions are also great. That's what I was doing that people were very excited, level two and above. Yeah, and actually, Rhonda, that's a good suggestion too for Angela's group. Maybe I don't necessarily want to be like front stage, but I do want to have closer proximity to you. I would look at, that could be a great offer that I would put into my premium level. Carolina, great community for info and tips. Just learning about Skool. Yeah, no worries, Heather. Ask questions. Oh, thanks, Katya. Let's do a pitch. I'll pitch for this community. I've used her custom GPTs. Yeah, so I have a custom GPT. I'll pitch her. Viv, all my custom GPTs are women. They're all named after women or pets that I've had or my kids in my life. So Viv is my Skool chat GPT, and she knows everything about Skool and how to set up Skool. And so I just always, any of my members of my community, they're like, Brenda, how do I do this? How do I do this? I'm like, go ask Viv. And then if she can't help you, then come to me because she's got everything in there. Um, Casey, how do you narrow down what type of community if you have multiple passions and ideas for courses, offers, but none built yet? Okay, so love that because we're multifaceted human beings. I've even debated about like I'm a board director. I sit on boards just for my corporate background. I've also thought about setting up a community to help more women get on boards. There's a few on Skool, but they're not that big, and that's maybe one of the things I'll launch this year. But that's a sidebar. So start with one, right? Like, what's the one that just comes like really easily for you? It's not about like, I have to go and build out 6 months worth of courses. That's actually the opposite of what you want to do. You want to launch your Skool community today with something that you know you could just talk about on literally the back of a napkin. And you don't need to do all the courses. That's the last thing I want you to do is build out a bunch of courses. I want you to start your Skool community today on one thing. Go broader if you need to, and but just talk about that sort of one thing. So this whole thing about niching, we got to narrow it down to like, I only help 25-year-olds who, have are left-handed, with red hair. Like we don't need to niche down that far in our Skool communities. We can have it a little bit broader and then offer different things, right? And the nice thing about having a free community that then you ascend people to premium or to VIP is that then you can get even more specialists. Free can be a bit broader, premium can be a bit more specialized, and VIP can be very exclusive. So think about it from that perspective. And you can also open more communities, right? With the hobby plan, $9 a month. I'm really interested in pickleball and I'm also a business coach. I can do both, right? And I can attract people. But I would always say, depending on your schedule and your bandwidth, start with one that just comes really easily to you, build that one up, and then start another one. And I know people like Calvin Hollywood, he's got like multiple communities and he's also uses different emails. He uses one email for sort of more personal type interest groups like fitness. He likes to hike the Camino. And so he's got Skool community groups around that. And then he's also a business coach and he teaches people how to grow their Skool communities. So very multifaceted as we are as human beings. Rhonda, I do polls, but I get comments. And what I tell people is comment if you feel inspired. It's not compulsion. Yeah, because we don't want to get a bunch of like, thank yous, this was awesome. Like we actually want a response, right? We want to see people contributing. It's an invitation. You can use words, emojis. Awesome. Kristen, I love that, Brenda. I would definitely be interested in a board committee. Okay, cool. It might be something that I do. I started mine Sunday. This was timely. You're welcome. Rain, I do not niche down well. I'm a very expensive person. Yeah, then this is great for you. It's amazing. Jess, yep. Opening a second community is also easy. Just opened. Yes, you just launched your new one this week, Jess. That's amazing. And Jess also did it in collaboration with another Skool community host. So they both have their separate ones. And then they've come together now to set a collaborative community as two owners together, which I think is super cool. And that to me is the epitome of like the success of Skool is that you can find friends and allies and partners, business partners on Skool and collaborate on, your Skool community ownership. Rebecca, do you think Skool will ever have a feed versus having to switch groups to see everything? I'm in so many groups. Oh, like a overall? Oh, I don't know. Put it on Schoolers. I kind of like how it's a little bit segmented, but I'd have to see it. I'm open. Agree. I have met so many wonderful people. Awesome. Yes, like Facebook, but now we can actually see people in our communities. So I used to be a part of so many Facebook communities. I'd be like, I'd never see when the host posted, and the host would say to me, "Did you see my stuff?" And I'm like, "No." I was in one a couple last year for a retreat, and she kept posting content about the retreat, like driving maps, like how to get to the cabin and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, I never saw any of it. Never saw any of it. She had to just email me the stuff. Okay, we're just at the halfway mark. Thank you for engaging. I really appreciate all the stuff in the chat. This is awesome. And it also just gives me a good gauge on sort of like what people are thinking and who's here and what they need more of. So I appreciate it. It's always like wonderful intel when I come to live sessions. So let's get in. We've talked about visibility. We've talked about engagement, right? Some of those markers, those are easy, low lift things that you can be doing as a school host to build basically the monetization engine or, like get into those monetization muscles, right? We need to make sure our about page is solid. We've got traffic coming to our community and we're ranking high on discovery. The second one was engagement, getting level 1 to level 3. That's got to be our imperative. When people come in over the next 2, 3 weeks, month at the latest, they are moving up on the leaderboard so that we can like start engaging with them in more meatier conversations. And we know when we put a post out there, we're going to get comments, right? Because people are into the community. We've got those benchmarks for free and paid we talked about, and then daily activities, right? You'll see your daily activities get up if um, if you're getting more people into level 3 territory, right? And then when you get more daily activities up, your discovery ranking goes up. So it works together. And then your about page is going to get seen and you're going to see more conversions and more people driving, right? So it all works together. It's very incestuous this way. But if you understand how it works, then it's okay, I'm getting a good platform in place to now monetize. Let's talk about the offers. This is the third pillar of monetizing your community. So I mentioned obviously free to paid. So if you're thinking about starting day one, a Skool community today, or you want to start a second one, I would definitely go with freemium. You could start with just free and then add on freemium later. That's fine. But just know that you're going to do freemium. And what I would do is I would map out what is my premium signature offer. Because people are like, well, what do I put in free? What do I put in paid? All that sort of stuff. You're not going to launch premium right away. You're going to, sign up for freemium and you're going to launch with free. But before you launch, you're just going to sit there with your notepad and you're going to write out what would be all the things that I would give to people in my, like, it's my signature offer in my premium group. And I have that there as like a marker, post-it note up in my workspace. So I know this is what we're aiming towards. And then free would be a sliver of that. Whatever you're giving people in your signature offer at premium is a sliver of that in free. You're not giving them all of this, right? You're just giving them a sliver of that. And I don't know what that is. It's like a gem of something. It's something that does like in your premium, you're like, oh yeah, people really love this thing here in my premium offer. I've got all these things that I give them, but they really love this thing. This is what they always come back to. And when I think about, my just mentioned my 20 custom GPTs that I have in my paid community, Viv, my Skool mentor. One, people say hands down, they love Viv the most. So I'm like, okay, great. Viv's awesome. And also Gabby does really good stuff and Queenie does really good stuff. I'm offering Queenie right now in a freebie in someone else's summit and getting lots of signups for that. So I'll give sometimes my best stuff away for free and I'll put that in the free community. Now, I don't give all of it, all of my best stuff in my free community. I give some of it so that people get a taste of me, right? It's that know, like, and trust, those old marketing adages. Same thing that we would do with our sales funnel. I give that in free. I may offer some workshops, but then replays would be in premium. So it's like, like if you want that consistency, that proximity, that ease of use, come to premium. But we're not launching premium in the beginning. We're launching free. But we got to map out what premium is going to be so we know what direction we're going in. And then we're just going to give them a sliver of that in free. So you decide what that looks like. But obviously free to paid is your number one offer that I would go with. And background on free versus starting with a paid community. Now, if you have like 50,000 people in a Facebook community and you've run community memberships before, because that's the thing, this whole community membership thing is also kind of new for a lot of people. We've been so immersed in the online space around building courses, Kajabi, all these things, and community has been sort of a tack on. And so, leadership, being a community leader, what does it look like to be a great community host, hosting in real life sessions, virtual sessions. Some of my members that are hosting communities have never recorded videos before. They're like, I'm nervous about showing up on videos. So this whole community leadership thing might be new to you. So that's why I'm kind of like, start with free. But if you've been in it for a while, if you've ran Facebook groups, if you've run other community memberships on other platforms, Circle, Telegram, Kajabi, things like that, go high level, but you just like the Skool platform and you're coming over here and you already have like a lot of people that would just come over to your new platform, then maybe you could start with paid. It's totally up to you. But I would be like, if you're new to doing community and this whole thing on Skool is new, I would start with free and build up that know, like, and trust 50 people, 100 people, 200 people, get the traffic in there, get into the regular cadence, and then launch with premium. The other thing that you can do is think of free like a lead magnet. So joining summits, bundles. Katya runs her summit. You want to be in our next summit. I'm sure she's going to put a call to action up about when our next summit's going to be after she had a rest from this one because they're very intense and high energy. I run summits, I run bundles. More people are doing that. I'm teaching people how to run summits and bundles on Skool. So is Katya, which is cool. So I think like more people that are doing that, there's more opportunities for you to get out there. You can use your Skool community as like a funnel replacement. It used to be I'd be in a summit or bundle and then drive people to my email list. Now what I'm doing is I'm driving them to my free community through that bundle or summit. And then I have the freebie right there in my courses, or it's a classroom session that they signed up for and they can get it when they join into the community. Um, but you don't have to do that all the time. So it just helps build that know, like, and trust. Let me just go to my list. I'm flipping over my page here. The other thing that you can do as far as your offers is it doesn't have to be a course, although I have courses on my list here. It could be pitching your services. Like maybe you're an online business manager, a virtual assistant. You know, you could be pitching your services in there. So it's not necessarily come to my community to, to take part in my courses or my classroom sessions, but to buy my services. So that could be coaching services. Maybe you're a really good Skool community host. And one of the things that you could also look at now doing is a community operator. This is a kind of a new thing. There's people that are growing their Skool communities, and it's just like, I can't necessarily have just a regular VA do that. I need to have somebody that knows how to grow a Skool community. Sorry, my dog is she wants let out or something. Come over here. Come say hi. Be nice. Sorry. She's a 12-year-old golden retriever. She's the boss of everything. Um, so what was my train of thought? Skool community hosts are growing their communities. They need operators inside the community to operate the community. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. She's like so embarrassing. Come here. Come here. Okay, I have to just get her a treat. Give me 1 second. No. Hey, sorry about that. It was my bad. I left her bag of liver treats open and she can smell them. Sorry, Katya. Um, so yeah, community operators are becoming a new job, new service job on Skool. Community consultants. People consult, they pay other community hosts to consult on their Skool community, doing audits, those type of things. This could be something that you're really good at doing. Um, even growth operator is a role that I'm starting to see on Skool now. So these are, helping to assist other communities, but they're also pitching your services. Another way that you can be monetizing your Skool community is through affiliate marketing, right? So it used to be in the early days, like when it was just the $99 pro plan, that you could have a member in your community or someone that grab your affiliate link and then start start their new community on Skool. Now with the hobby plan, someone does it. Like it's not like a big windfall, but if they upgrade to pro, then you still get that affiliate, which is really cool. But the other thing that happens, and I said this with Katya the other day, I said, because she was sharing in my profile the link to my about page for my AI Summit community. And I said, flip that to your affiliate link because she's a member in that community. She's also a speaker at the next AI Summit that we're doing on February 9th and 11th. Flip it to your affiliate link because I'm going to have other things in there that I'm going to be monetizing. I'm going to take that free community to premiums, to like a freemium model soon. And I'm going to be adding in a premium membership in there. So anyone that she's bringing forward, and she has been over the last couple of days, there's been people from this summit that have been joining my community and using her affiliate link, she will then get this bonus, right? So, being an affiliate in being a good member in other people's communities and then using your affiliate link to community hosts that are growing, right? Like there's some communities that I'm in where they're not really growing. They were growing at some point or another, and they were kind of slightly monetizing, but they're not really right now. Versus there's others out there that I'm a part of that they're growing quite rapidly and they're monetizing. And so me being an affiliate in that can be a good way for me to make money. So, and I mean, just using as an example, this morning, I think you had in Anna Sabino talking. She was talking before me about YouTube. So last year in our AI Summit, Anna launched her YouTube community on Skool. And we did that together in her live session in my AI Summit. And sorry, my dog is just walking around and being nosy here. And so what we did was while she was doing her talk in the summit, she told me, grab your affiliate link to my new Skool community, put that in the chat. During her talk in that hour chat, she had all these people signing up to be part of her Skool community, which was paid. It was $7. I think it's still $7 at the time. And I made like $500 during that hour session. It was hilarious because she was just like, Brenda, you made $500 in this hour session using your affiliate link. So this is another way that you can be monetizing on Skool. And making $500 is like, it's like, wouldn't knock you out of bed for eating crackers, right? Like that's a lot of money. And that's an ad campaign for the month on Meta. So I'm like all about affiliate marketing. Another way that you can be looking at monetizing your Skool community is selling promotions, right? So even Katya running the summit, she had sponsors. I'm a paid sponsor speaker. I gave her money to have like higher ranking, a live spot. I do the same thing. So I generate $10,000 with every summit that I run on Skool. Speakers pay me $10,000 in sponsorship fees to, basically do the advertising, help promote their session, help market their session, but I make that $10,000. And in the meantime, I grow my communities by like 5,000 people a pop, 4 to 5,000 people a pop every summit that I do. And those people then know me, and then I also make money. So for as an example, in our AI Summit last year, I generated $10,000 in sponsorship funds that I then put into a $10,000 ad campaign that grew our community to 4,600 people. Of those 4,600 people, I made another $15,000. First made 11,000, and then I did another summit in November, did the same sort of format, and then made 15,000. In January this month alone, without even like pitching or selling anything, I've already made, and it's January 21st, $10,000 between all three of my communities, just from doing this whole pattern. So it's not just necessarily like, hey, I've got a paid community or I've got a free community, come join. I have figured out other ways to monetize on my community. The other thing I did in November last year for Black Friday, so I was launching a summit in one free community. In my other free community, I said to members, hey, I'm running a Black Friday promotion. Well, I'm doing a Black Friday promotion over here, but if you have a Black Friday promotion that you want to run inside this other free community, I'll sell you a pinned post. For 24 hours, I will promote whatever you got, a freebie, a paid offer, a workshop, a masterclass, some type of service, whatever you got. You give me the copy, you give me a video, you give me the graphics, I'll post it up in my community and it'll be up there for a full 24 hours and you pay for it. And I charge $250. I sold 4 of those. I made $1,000 with it. So no big deal. I had like, from that perspective, I had 4,000 people in the community at the time, or we are trending towards 4,500 people. So to have a pin post up and charge $250 for it was like low effort, right? And I had 4 people that jumped at it. I actually had like 8 people that reached out to me, but 4 people took me up on the offer. And I'm like, great. It was like I made that money in a day and it was no big deal. And when you get your communities to be that size, it's like people will come out of the woodwork and want to, use you, right? It's like free advertising. It's easy advertising. Like, and they got leads and they got people. Some people sold money on it. One of them said it was their best November like they've ever had in their business. So these are things that you can be doing in your Skool community. When you've got an actively engaged community, you don't necessarily need to be up 4,000. You can be at 200, you can be at 500. But if you've got people that are actively engaged and you're monetizing your community, this could be a way that you could have those, Debs collaboration for sure. Now, I've put selling courses as another way that you can monetize your community. And I know we're getting close to our time here, so don't worry, we're wrapping up soon. Selling courses is definitely big. You can just do that. I would say if you have a free community right now and you're thinking about launching to premium, have some freebie, have some courses in there that are paid, have a class that's paid, test the waters, right? If you're getting people from level one to level three and you're seeing that sort of conversion buying behavior starting to happen in your group without them actually giving you money, test some things. Be like, hey, you know what? You can get this, and then you can also get this for $12 and see what that looks like. I like to tie it in with events, with summits, bundles, things like that, where I know I'm getting people consuming a lot and converting a lot. And so when I have a low ticket offer in there, like a course, it usually goes pretty quickly. And then I know, again, the group is ready to go into something like premium. But I don't do a lot of selling courses only because I'm really trying to get out of the course writing business. For me, it's more about showing up live, like I mentioned before, and not having so much like stuff you have to read and PDFs and da 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 da, all that sort of stuff that we used to do before. Because number one, no one gets through all of it. We know that people download courses and they maybe connect to like 5 to 10% of it, and the rest just gets like at the bottom of their inbox. So save yourself some extra work and just get out there and look at other ways that you can be monetizing besides selling courses. But it's a good way to test the waters with a few of them to see if your group is ready for premium. And then selling communities, right? So selling communities in the sense of like you can sell your community. People like get it up to a certain level. I've even thought about that. Some of my free communities that I have where we're sitting at 4,000, would somebody just want that? Like I did all the legwork to get those 4,000 people in there. We've got pretty good engagement. It's monetizing. Do I want to take it to premium and, do that work and send people, or does someone want to buy it from me? That's a possibility that I could look at doing in 2026. So getting your community to a point where this maybe goes back to Casey, what you were saying about I've got all these interests. Great. Start one, grow it. I've got like two other interests. Do you maintain that other one, or maybe do you sell it to somebody that's also in a collaborator that you've done that doesn't really isn't really into driving traffic, isn't really into reaching out to people, all that sort of stuff, and they just want to have a well-managed community. People do that all the time. So that's also a possibility that you can look at for, and there are groups out there that help you sell your Skool communities. You can find them on Skool. You can post it yourself. There may be a member in your community that wants to buy it from you. That's also a possibility. So think about that as far as monetizing. Okay, my last actually question for you. Out of the ones that I just mentioned, obviously how you can monetize free to paid, going to a paid structure, pitching your services, affiliate marketing, assisting in other communities like a community operator, community consultant, growth operator, selling promotions like summits, bundles, pin posts, selling courses, selling communities. What's your number one way that you're going to monetize your Skool community in 2026 out of that list that I just gave you? Drop it in the chat. Milana, yeah, watch one more time for sure. I'm actually going to do a podcast or YouTube episode, and it'll be on my podcast. So I'm actually recording it this week. It'll probably come out next week sometimes. Katya, I love sponsorship pin posts. Yeah, it's like so easy, especially when now you've got this amazing, thriving community. Who wouldn't want to? And it could be also a good thing to do, Katya, downtime between summits. Like I don't have to do this whole summit. I could just sell 5 pin posts. Free to paid. Awesome. I need to think about it. No worries. Rhonda, I love the idea of being a community host for others as well as my own. Cool. Selling that service. Exclusive offers to community pin posts. Come here, Sadie. Turn my community from free to paid. I'm doing more bundles and summits. Yes, Jess, that's awesome. Increasing my group activity. Cool. Collaborations, Balana. So many pieces of information. You're welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Okay, last 5 minutes. And then I know, well, let's just say last 3 minutes because Katya probably wants to do a little wrap up. Is the vibe. That's the fourth factor, right? So visibility, engagement, offers, and then number 4 is the vibe. This is your opportunity to really go out of your way with your personal brand. Like if you go to brendarigney.com, that's my website, you'll see this like beautifully curated website that has all the right pages. And I'm speaking very calmly because it's like photos in Milan to my trip in Milan. And, I'm wearing this beautiful white suit that I bought at Aritzia and it looks really cool. And the colors are like terracotta and sage green. And there's like whimsical font and like all the things that we're supposed to do around creating a website, right? And then you go to my AI Driven Business Summit community that we're launching our second summit on February 9th to 11th. And it's like this Tron Queen with her Kevlar suit. I'll just like go like themify your offers, themify your community. This is a great quote that I took from Netta Talmor. She has an amazing thriving community on Skool, is really just go out of your way to themify your community. Make it fun, make it cool. It doesn't have to feel gamer like or bro marketing like, but just, have your personality really ease through. Like turn off the whole, this is what I need to do for my website to look like I'm a professional online business owner to let's have fun. This is about building affinity, friendships, connection, what people are missing right now in their real lives and in their professional lives, from all the things that we talked about earlier when I started this session. Like, make it a place that people want to keep coming back to. So, think about that as far as the graphics, the language that you use, create catchphrases. Like I said earlier, schlag. Like when I use burnout because it's so conditioned and everyone's comfortable with it. But really, at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to work like I'm in a schlag, and I don't even know what that looks like. I think of like just like a clock not working, and it's like all the gears are gooey and like getting stuck. I talk about big juicy goals. So like using catchphrases. And then the last thing is vibe triggers. So having leaderboard challenges, cool office hours, mimosa time, whatever that looks like, right? Having some fun in your community and creating that vibe that people want to come back to. Okay, that's all I got. Over to you, Katya.
Look at you. This was amazing. This was so amazing. And I would absolutely love to shout from the rooftop, your community aligned as fuck, which is paid, and also your free community. So chat freeze for just a few minutes, please. A few seconds here. Grab Brenda's links right there. Yes, those are
Thank you.
my
Thank you.
affiliate links. Okay, so, and this is how we want you to promote as well. By the way, Carolina is here, right? So, and a couple of other speakers as well. Carolina just put in a comment, thank you for making this to promote the summit is so easy. She already earned several commissions from
Awesome.
inviting people to this summit because we have our divine download vault as well, right? So Skool makes it so much easier, okay?
Yeah.
So much easier, okay? So grab the links. While you're grabbing the links, I'm going to also show you wherever you will find Brenda's gift and also where you're going to find this presentation. Just a little warning, it was corrupted a little bit at the beginning, but I have backup recording. So yeah, I will upload backup recording later, okay? So I'm like triple backup. It's the first one that got corrupted, but you know what? It happens,
It
right? So
happens. It's
real
all
life.
good.
Yeah, and I love that Sadie showed up. I love that Sadie show up. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. She's like right
yeah,
here. She's like, I want more of the
hello.
retreats. When is this over?
Yeah, I can't wait to meet her. Hopefully, I'll meet her in Vancouver. So, inside our summit community, you're going to go to classroom and you're going to just scroll a little bit and you're going to find beautiful face of Brenda here. And as I said, the presentation is there, just cut off at the beginning for whatever reason, but I will upload it a little bit later today. We have all of information for Brenda here. And if you don't have time to watch it, I would recommend to grab Divine Downloads Vault. There's so much goodness. Just this presentation worth more than $47, right? So, and we have 58 of them. So make sure that you grab that. And lastly, Gift Portal is closest today at 9 o'clock my time, which is Vancouver Pacific time, Los Angeles and US time. So you will find Brenda Gift here, and Brenda Gift is going to be, I'm just going to type very quickly, and this is a tip for you. You're just going to type and we're going to find your Queenie. Okay, your evergreen funnel GPT. It's incredible. And this is absolutely free as gift to you for participating in this summit. But it disappears at 9 o'clock today. So make sure you download it. If you are panicking, don't panic. We'll have download party a little bit later at night today. So come to download parties. We all will come in and download everything that we need. Okay. So that's where you're going to find everything for Brenda. So that's amazing. The gifts are fiery, right? The gifts are absolutely amazing. Now, let's show our gratitude to Brenda. And we'll do it this way. In the same message, just show your gratitude, tell how grateful you are, and also put one takeaway. Okay. You do that, and I'll start reading them. And Brenda is going to sit in and soak in all of this goodness. Okay. Because it's so incredible when the speakers just can take this energetic, to receive it as well, right? So perfect.
Beautiful.
Let's see here. We will start with rain. So you just relax. You can just listen to my Ramdish. Thank you very much. Oops. Okay, let's start again. It's from Rain. Thank you very much. And my takeaway is that it's important to be flexible and be yourself.
Totally.
Really good. Love it. Rhonda, a sense of experimentation is what I'm getting out. And I love that. Also looking at the metrics and going and knowing what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Rebecca, so amazing. So many additional income ideas. Yes. Even for me, I was like, I never thought I've seen Brenda doing it, but I never even thought about it. What a great idea in between summits to do that. I love that. Carolina, Brenda, thank you for sharing your amazing experience. Opened my mind to new ideas, and I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Rhonda again, thank you. Bring in the Alliance Spark community. Yes. She said, I love your community. Okay, fantastic. Debs, my brain is on fire. Such golden nuggets of advice. I'll be taking away the about page advice. Keep refreshing it. Loves that.
Keep testing it. Yeah, absolutely.
Jess, love you, Brenda. You are always so full of great ideas.
Thanks, Jess.
Tasha, thank you. I'm definitely going to start a community this year. I'm going to focus on up level and community members.
Yeah, awesome. Getting them from level 1 to level 3. Huge.
Huge, yeah. Casey, hadn't even really considered opening a school group. So my biggest takeaway is new idea, open door, and seeing how many other doors lay beyond that if I choose to walk through that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Have fun with it. Yeah.
Exactly. If you're not having fun, why even
Yeah,
do it, right?
like close it and start again.
Exactly. Patricia, Brenda, you are an amazing person. Thank you for being so generous soul you are.
Oh,
amazing. Nikki, that was amazing. You convinced me to do more workshops, live calls. Amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. Your members will love you for it.
Yes. Milana, thank you for sharing so many ideas. My brain is both on fire and numb. We'll definitely consider staying a Skool page. Okay.
Very cool.
And John, loved the seminar, hoping to do more with Skool. Amazing. Cool. Fernanda, you're such a great communicator. I like the leaning it on the vibe, leaning it on the vibe.
Yeah, so important.
I love it. So
yeah, Katya, you're so much about vibe, right? So
yes, so much about vibe, absolutely. And one more favor, speakers give us so much. Thank you for all of this incredible gratitudes and takeaways. I would ask you to post also in community and share your takeaway and tag Brenda as well so she can actually talk and communicate. And you probably have more questions, so tag Brenda, ask her. She's here, she's active in the community as well, which is great. We also have Aroha. Thank you so much for your time and effort and sharing your wisdom with us. So many amazing tidbits. I'm inspired to host more and create a community on Skool.
Very cool.
Amazing.
Yeah. Have fun with it. Like show up for your members. Yeah. Reach out. There's lots of great Skool community hosts too that will help you out too.
Yeah. And thank you. Now my gratitude for Rhonda. I'm reading comments for Brenda. For Brenda. And I'm just so grateful to have you in my life and bringing you to the summit. I learned most of the things in the summit, how to run it on Skool. Of course, I made it my own, but a lot of things I learned from you and how you run the summit. And I learned it from that session you did in another summit, right? So you were doing the session. And by the way, if anyone interested of how to run the summits, I have the whole behind the scenes, and it's going to be debrief session, but I also have 60 days of behind the scenes recorded, so you can actually go
Wow.
in and every day and see exactly what I did, where I made mistakes, so you don't have to make those mistakes, right? So you can it's already on Skool, so you can purchase it. It's $47 as well. But
Very cool.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you
Thank you
for
so much,
being
everyone.
here.
And thanks for participating in the chat. You guys were awesome.